Hey, what's up, people? If you're a regular watcher, did you find a change in today's video? Yes, the location is somewhat changed for today's video because, as I mentioned previously, that February is going to be a month full of surprises, and this could be a surprise too. Who knows? What if I told you that the big brands, the big brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, all of these brands wants their clothes to be sold as dupes in these flea markets like Sarojini, Kabutar Bazaar, Meena Bazaar, and all of these flea markets. There are three specific reasons for that, and I wanted to discuss it in details. Hello, my name is Rupanji Kumar, and I welcome you to Renaissance Solocast. I want to keep this video short and as raw as possible because it's around 3:45, 3:50ish in the morning, and I don't want to disturb anyone outside by just shouting in the video and trying to be more energetic. So, the very first pointer in the three-part segment is the brand awareness boost. Dupes is an interesting topic to talk about, and most of you might know what dupes are. But by definition, dupes basically means selling the copies of original designs at a very reasonable price. This is very wrong in the industry, and you might have seen the big fast fashion brands selling the dupes of all those luxury brands. That's what they do. The luxury brands at a very reasonable or a very not even comparable prices. Now the question arises that why don't these big luxury brands just sue these fast fashion brands and the brands at the flea market? They could do it any day and just finish off the existence of all of these brands, but they prefer not to. And this is because it is very favorable for the luxury brands. How, you might ask? Because dupes open these luxury designs to a much wider and price sensitive audience. Now everyone can't buy from the luxury brand, so what do is they buy a cheap quality dupe from these big fast fashion brands or from the flea market and look into it as an aspirational product, right? If you wear that, it would just enhance your brand image, and that makes your brain thinks that one day you would definitely purchase the original piece from the original brand when you have the money. And that somewhat becomes the aspiration, and that is where the game begins, and that's what the luxury brands want you to think about. That's why they don't just shut these brands down. So that was it for the first pointer. Now let's move on to the second pointer, which is status signal strengthening. See, when individuals start buying that one particular dupe and thinking of the original brand as an aspiration, what happens is that one particular product, because everyone is buying that, it becomes very much viral, and now the brand that is originally selling them becomes somewhat elite because everyone wants to buy the original product as well. Now, because everyone wants to buy the original product, the brand can just lower down the supply, and because the demand is so high, then the prices of that original product would just increase a lot. And that's what the brand wants. They want to create scarcity in the market such that the prices of that one particular product grows a lot. And because the price of that one particular product is growing, what happens is individuals who can actually afford from those luxury brands try to buy other products from the brand just to show off that they have those other products that no one else has, and that somewhat increases the sales of the brand and profits the brand in both the ways. It becomes elite as well as it gets more sales. That is a smart move that normal individuals don't understand. They just think that these brands are foolish enough, but they're not. I hope that my explanation was much clearer with this particular pointer, but if it wasn't, then you can just comment in the comment section below and I would explain this particular pointer again in a much detailed format. Now let's move on to the third and the final most pointer, which is the marketing conversion tool. See, it would be much interesting for me, and it would also be interesting for you to actually understand this pointer with an example. So let's take an example. This would also be a marketing lesson for everyone of you who wants to start a business. So Lululemon, which is a luxury athleisure wear brand, does these events called the Dupe Swap events. Now, what are Dupe Swap events? They came up with this idea that any buyer or any customer who brings any dupe or any other items, athleisure wear items to them at these events, they would just give away Lululemon products to them in exchange of that, like basically swapping off both the items. Now, most of you might think that this would be a loss to the brand. Why are they giving products for free? That is a loss to the brand. But originally, if you look above a certain dimension, then you might just understand that this is not a loss, but it is a very, very profitable sort of a thing. Now, the very first profit that they are doing is that they are giving their potential customers or the buyers an experience, right? The experience that the customers are getting is that they're getting to feel the original product as compared to the dupes that they already own. Pointer number two, the thing that the customers are getting in return is something very much more valuable as compared to the dupes that they already own, right? So the customers become loyal from there, and loyalty for a brand is the topmost prior thing that they want their customers to be very, very loyal to them, because the next time they drop something, those loyal customers will would be the very first one to purchase from their original brand, right? So giving the free products would basically help the brand to build out new customers. So that was it for the video. I hope you did like it. If you liked it, then hit the like button. If you didn't like it, then hit the dislike button. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to the channel. We are experimenting a bit with our lighting, with our setup, and with the duration of the video. If you felt anything good about the video, please comment down your views below. I'll meet you on Wednesday with an interesting video. This video would be out on Friday probably, because that's an experimentation again. I hope that you have a great, great day and a great night for me. Okay, bye bye.